literally sounds like a circle of hell. Ew, ew, that's traumatizing. Spontaneous death. Welcome to an episode of Houseplant Horrors. I have asked over on Instagram and on my Patreon for your houseplant nightmares, whether it be like plants coming dead in the mail, pest issues, things going bump in the night, who knows, all of it. I've asked you to share it with me, and I'm going to be reacting to them today with all of you here. Spooky, right? And it's nighttime. I feel like it's a spooky vibe. Before we get into it though, I want to say if you're new here and you don't know me already, hi, my name is Emma and I make houseplanty content all over the internet. So if you want to follow along with my houseplanty journey and maybe learn something along the way, stick around, watch some more of my videos, and subscribe to my channel. If you are not new here, welcome back. I really appreciate you returning. Let us get into these houseplant scary stories because I've got a lot. So like I said, I asked over on Instagram and I have messages that I'm going to be reacting to in real time with you. People have sent me these things and I've not properly read them yet because I wanted to like do this for reals with you here. So without any further ado, let's get on into it. I literally just woke up to 3 of my moss poles face down. Luckily not much damage, but my face went yeah, my face would too if suddenly 3 of my moss poles were on the floor. It's 2 a.m. 2 a.m. and like the poles just went in the middle of the night. Oh my god, that is terrifying. That has happened to us before as well. We do have cats, and so things tend to go bump in the night because like the cats are running around. Usually it's not my plants, but holy cow, that would be terrifying. Oh, hello, Cleo. They didn't have a picture of them when they were on the floor, but you can kind of see the dirt on the ground of this photo. Oh my god, that is terrifying. Crazy this happened like when I was asking for requests for nightmares as well. That's kind of crazy. Oh my goodness. This person sent me a picture of their Alocasia zebrina, I believe, saying it's been there for about 4 weeks because of spider mites. 4 weeks. I mean, I can't blame you. I regularly forget about plants that I've like put outside to quarantine. I mean, I don't put them outside to quarantine, but like put somewhere else to quarantine because if they're not in their usual space, then like, but 4 weeks with spider mites and you've not even treated it. Oh my god. I don't blame you for not wanting to put it back into the space. Oh. Someone's pallidiflorum leaf went up the Hoover. Oh no! Oh, poor leaf. That is awful. And like pallidiflorums are known for like their long, beautiful leaves. Oh, I would be freaking devastated. That being said, not to like minimize your plight here, but that happened to me the other day. One of my new pallidiflorum leaves got caught on a yellow sticky trap and like tore. And I think the piece is still stuck on the yellow sticky trap. Oh my god, that's awful. It sucks when it's a new leaf as well, because they're so fragile. They just like get torn straight up, all but up the Hoover. Oh, that is awful. I hope the next new leaf comes in better. Okay, this one's a long one. I had just started expanding my plant collection and noticed some slight damage on some of my philodendrons, but was still too early to the plant hobby to know what was happening. Days or more go by and I start prepping to go to a wedding for a handful of days. Basically, the day before I was going to leave, I figured out why my plants had looked like crap. I had thrips for the first time ever and didn't notice it for a hot minute, and I had to leave my house in 24 hours. Oh my gosh. All I could do was cross my fingers and hope for the best. Oh, that is terrifying. Oh my god. Like, especially if you're new to the hobby and you haven't had thrips before and you don't know what's happening with like the damage, and you have to leave right away. Sorry, I didn't finish reading this because they said they wish they still had a picture, but they don't. They came back home to an infestation because they didn't treat them before they went. They're talking patches as big as their palm, full of writhing thrips on their monstera, philodendron, calathea, everything. They threw out and ended up losing the entire collection and had to start from scratch. I thought it was just bad that you had thrips before you went away and like you had to deal with them, because that sucks. I've noticed that before on plants and then like had to leave, don't have time to like properly treat it. But Oh my god, to lose your entire collection. Luckily, you were really early on in things and like you didn't have like tons to lose, but like, oh my god, that is absolutely devastating. Like I have like not goosebumps, but I could feel the pain in that. Oh my god, that's terrible. That is just absolutely the worst. I'm fighting gnats, spider mites, and thrips for the past 6 months, and I still can't get rid of them. I've tried everything. Oh my god, that sucks. Have you tried throwing plants away? Burning them or something? Throwing them away is kind of my like biggest suggestion if you've been struggling for a really long time. Like I know it sucks, but like it would solve the problem. Okay, this one's a video that one of my patrons sent.
Oh. Oh. Wow.
That is the worst plant mail I think I have ever seen. Like, I'm quite lucky in that I've not received much, if any, plant mail that haven't been decent plants. But to receive a plant that is literally falling apart that much is insane. Like, it just like drips off. It's so melted, this begonia. I really frickin' hope you got a refund for that one. Oh my god, that makes me so sad. Look at that. That is just horrendous. Oh, this person got 3 Tycons, and in 9 days they were dead. 9 days, like root rot, like crazy. Look at those roots. Like you just see the inner bit of the root, the like outer bit has all rotted off. This is what happened to my Tycon actually back in the day. Literally like a nightmare immediately after getting them. I know Tycons in general are quite prone to root rot. I mean, these like have thick roots when they were sent, but like 9 days later, they were just dead. That's awful, and like you're not alone in that. You didn't kill these plants, they were gone before you get them. Kind of pro tip, if you're getting a plant and it dies within a week of you getting it and you've kind of treated it as normal like you would with sort of any other plants, it was probably going downhill before you even got it, which sucks. And I really hope that you contacted the seller for this one and got a refund. When I got my Thai, it was like a private seller, and I just dealt with it and it sucked. But oh, that's awful. I was using my hand to dust off my alocasia for weeks before realizing it was spider mites. Oh my god, that just like so gross. Ew, ew. And then if you're wiping off your alocasia with your hand, spider mites, and then you might be spreading it to your other alocasias. That is just horrendous. That sucks so much. Oh my god. Ugh. Like, I'm not as squeamish by pests anymore just because I've been doing this for years and years, but like the thought of touching spider mites and thrips aren't bad, but like the thought of touching a mealybug makes me want to vomit still. Like so gross. But like touching lots of spider mites? Ugh. Ugh. I unalived a begonia Darth Vader Ariana in under 48 hours. Oh no, this was it before the death. Oh, RIP, absolutely RIP. That sucks so much. Oh. Again, this might go back to my point. I don't necessarily think it was you, unless you swapped it to the semi-hydro. That's kind of like a drastic change. That might have killed it, and especially, okay, yeah, that actually, it might have been you this time, sorry, dude. But basically, for begonias, when I've swapped them to semi-hydro in the past, I found they really struggle going straight from soil to semi-hydro. So if this was in soil before, and you popped it into semi-hydro, that could have been the killer for it, because they do not transfer well. I highly recommend, if you're like swapping begonias over, to do it through cuttings and like propagate those in water and then pop that into semi-hydro, because it's got a better chance of success like that. But oh my god, that sucks so much. 48 hours for a Darth Vader Ariana as well. That's a wishlist plant of mine. I would love to get one of those. Oh, such a shame. This person says, not my plant, but I used to work at a plant store and a customer brought in a cactus that they thought might be sick. From afar, I thought it was variegated. Close up, I realized over 75% of it was coated with scale. Didn't let them bring it in the store, and I was so tempted to light it on fire. It still haunts them to this day. Just looking at this picture is disgusting. Oh my God. Good you didn't let them in the store, because this could have just like gone to all the other plants. Oh my God, the customer also started scraping off the scale when they told them what it was. Ugh, thank goodness it wasn't in the store. Oh my God, that is freaking terrible. Oh, if only it was variegation, that would have been so cool, but no, no, no. That plant is unwell. Literally, I would light that on fire. I would throw it straight in the bin. That is not, I wouldn't even be trying to save that. I wouldn't even be taking cuttings from the top of the plant. That's how bad this infestation is. Holy cow. My 6-foot-tall Monstera deliciosa fell over and took out other plants in the process and snapped them in half. Oh, that just sucks so much. Like, we put so much hard work into our plants, and when your plants are like really big, they do get really top heavy, and like, it's a constant fear of mine that my poles are gonna fall over. In some of the areas in my house with really big poles, I have kind of like strapped them in to make sure they don't fall, because I'm terrified that like the cats are gonna knock them over, or they're just gonna fall over because they're so heavy. Oh, and snapping other plants in the process, that is just like the worst thing. Oh, I can just feel the pain of like going in to see what's happened when you've heard this like big crash. Oh, that just sucks so much. Our current spider mite slash thrips slash mealy infestation has been going on for 5 months now. So annoying. We get rid of one pest and another takes its place. That literally sounds like a circle of hell for plant parents, like Dante's Inferno for plant parents. That is circle, I don't know, 3 or something, where you just get one pest after the next, and you can never get rid of anything. That sounds so hellish. That sucks so much. Oh, terrible. I would hate that. At that point, I'd be thinking about which plants I need to throw out. While getting used to our new roll-up blinds, my partner accidentally caught the newest still fragile leaf on my Anthurium vitirifolium in it. It snapped, but it didn't break. It's holding on, but not by much. So I was fully expecting at least the end part of it to eventually yellow and fall off. I was ready to live with a half-broken leaf. It's been probably a year at this point, and the leaf is thriving, and they had a googly eyes. Okay, that is absolutely awful, but this picture's kind of hilarious. It does look like a mouth. I'm so surprised that the bottom half of this leaf is still alive. Like, is it getting nutrients from those like tiny bits around the sides? No way. That's no way. Like, how has it not come off yet? That is crazy. Maybe eventually it will, but for now, this is kind of adorable. Having to restart my collection twice as I moved back to Belgium and then back to the UK, thanks to Brexit. Whew, yeah, that sucks. Especially because it wasn't your choice in the matter. I feel like if you're moving by choice, you're choosing to like get rid of the plants or like move the plants or whatever. But because you didn't have a choice because of Brexit, that sucks. And having to like restart again and again. Hopefully it was a fresh start in some capacities and you could kind of find the silver lining in it and like then only get plants that you were like really, really keen on. But that sucks so much and probably cost a whole heck of a lot of money. I once found a dead slug floating in the bottom of a watering tray of this lovely pitcher plant. The water was thick with its goo. That is really gross. Ooh, we've got some mealybug pictures. This one's also from one of my patrons, and we were talking about it in the live chat the other night, and basically, they've had mealybugs in their Hoya cabinet for months. They have, like, lost plants, replaced them, they end up going in the cabinet, and then they just end up dying again because there's mealybugs still in there. And oh my god, that sucks so much. Mealybugs gross me out. They're probably the pest that, like, gives me the biggest heebie-jeebies. They're just so gross. Why are they so fluffy? Why are they so big? I don't like it. I really, 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 Ugh, no, I just can't with mealybugs. Maybe it's because I haven't had many experiences with them, but they gross me out the most. This was back earlier in their plant journey, like around 2022, but it was their birthday and their whole family was over to celebrate. I showed off my plant room to everyone and they loved it. I felt super proud. Well, the night ended up going to shit once one of my cousins drank too much and basically my whole family started fighting and stormed out on my birthday. I go back to my plant room to enjoy my evening and see that someone had taken all of my favorite cuttings I had just taken from my philodendron Brazil. It had bright pink in it and it was so pretty. I searched the trash cans and went to my parents to tell them while sobbing, totally betrayed, that someone in my family had the audacity to steal from me when I'd totally share with them if they had just asked. 2 years later, I'm redoing my plant room, and you pull out some of the old furniture to donate. While in the process, you see something jammed behind a bookshelf. I thought it was a mouse or something at first because I couldn't see well, so I poked it with a stick and heard a crunch. Lo and behold, it's my ancient, crusty, dried-up philodendron Brazil cuttings. So my family member didn't even steal them. They pulled them out of the water, hid it behind a bookshelf to die, and walked away. That's almost more malicious. Like, what the actual fuck? I'm still not entirely sure who did it, but I have my guesses. The biggest trauma of it now is my plant collection has become progressively more expensive and time-consuming. I'm so worried it'll be sabotaged again, but this time with a plant that might be close to irreplaceable. I could never trust anyone but my sister to watch my plants at this point, because such a deep fear was unlocked. That is terrifying. Oh my god. That is so malicious. Like, fine if, not fine if you steal someone's plant cuttings, but like, if someone stole plant cuttings and then like took them for themselves, it's like, at least the plant's having a good life. This person just like straight up murdered your plant for like no reason other than being mad at you. Like, what the hell? That is such a terrible thing to do to someone. And like, on your birthday as well. And it was a plant that you were so proud of and like super excited for. Oh my god, there's so many layers of like betrayal and awfulness to that story. That is an absolute freaking nightmare. Oh my god, I would be bawling constantly. Like, even just writing this out, I probably would have cried again if this had happened to me. Like, such trauma. And I'm not surprised you're afraid of other people like coming into your collection now. Like, that's traumatizing. They just took one of your babies and went for funsies. Oh my god, that is terrible. Oh, the horror is obvious. I saved up for a big philodendron patriciae, gave it to myself after a rough breakup, and it took a few weeks for it to completely die. Oh, that sucks so much. The leaves turned gray-white and died off. I'm so sad about it. It was a wishlist plant and I was so happy with it. Oh my god, that is just devastating. Oh, like, that sucks so much. To get a wishlist plant and then to have it like fade like this. That is so weird. But terrible though, that sucks. And especially on a wishlist plant as well. I bought a plant with thrips without knowing. It killed 4 alocasia before I realized. Oh my god, that sucks. It sucks to like not know and then have it kill some of your like favorite plants. They have since put it in the bin, which is the best thing for it at that point. My mom once asked me to repot her huge palm that had been living in our living room for months. As soon as I took the plant out of the pot, there was hundreds of earthworms slithering around the roots. I didn't realize and thought they were roots at first. In hindsight, it makes sense now why it was thriving, because it was getting loads and loads of worm poop. In any worm castings you get, there might be like worm eggs, and so like they might end up hatching, and so every once in a while I've had a worm or two show up in a plant pot, but like not a bunch like that. Oh my god, that is like, oh, I can just imagine it, like the roots writhing around. That's gross. I've had that with ants before because we used to have a massive ant problem in our building. We don't anymore, it's gotten solved. I mean, it was the whole building, it wasn't just our flat because we're gross. We're not, I promise. But I've had plants that they were living in previously and you take it out and like, oh my god, when you can just like feel them crawling around everywhere, it is the worst. Oh, awful. My spider plant had thrips and wasn't looking too good, so I put it on the doorstep to take it to its new home, the bin, and kept not doing it. A while passed and it started to look healthier after being outside in the cold. The cold might have actually killed the thrips on it. because I don't think they can do like low temperatures, so maybe it helped. But yeah, it's really annoying that like as soon as you bring a plant outside to like be in its death zone and it starts perking up, you're like, excuse me, why couldn't you do this in my house? Luckily, I haven't had that happen because I don't have an outdoor space to do that to my plants too, but I heard it so often with people like putting plants outside. Like if you can live out there, you can stay, but like and then they end up thriving and you're like, what the heck, why? My nightmare plant story is that I was too fast chopping my moss pole because I wanted to get rid of the ugly leaves of my favorite plant, and it's done terrible over the summer. Got thrips, looks worse and worse by the day, and I know it's my fault. Also, I sold or gave away all my security cuttings because I got too confident. It's still alive, but going into winter, I'm afraid it won't make it. That sucks. That's just like one thing after the next with like chopping it, and then like it getting thrips, getting away your security cuttings, like everything's not coming up you here. That sucks. So I had an Alocasia Red Secret for 3 years or so. Had it from a tiny 6-centimeter pot, and it was about 2 feet tall when I lost it. Literally died overnight. No visible pests. Had finally figured out watering that suited it. Ideal temperatures. I woke up to every stem drooped right onto the floor. Completely beyond saving. To this day, I have still no idea what got to it. I was in tears for a few hours after finding it in the morning too. The 30 or so other plants around it were absolutely fine. Spontaneous death. Oh my god, that sucks so much. I would be in tears. I absolutely would. That's so weird as well, that just like overnight in a blink just decided it wanted to like pass out and die. That sucks so much. And then one to end on because I think it's funny. I once used a blowtorch to try and get rid of fungus gnats on the top of soil. I do not blame you in the slightest. I have had so many temptations, like when I've got pests or stuff, to just like light a match, throw it outside. Oh, I do not blame you. Fungus gnats can be so annoying and like frustrating. So that is it. Those are all of your houseplant horror stories. Thank you so much to everyone who shared a story with me. I hope hearing everybody else's stories makes your plant journey feel a little bit more relatable, and just know that we all go through things like this. I've had pests, I've had plants fall over, I had leaves die, I've had spontaneous death, I've had plants come not right, not as bad as that one video there, but like it happens to the best of us, and it doesn't mean that you're a bad plant parent. And yeah, it sucks and it's a nightmare sometimes, but we still all love it, don't we? And we keep going back, so it's worth it, I think, in the end. Before I sign off, I wanted to say a huge thank you to the newest members of my good growing fam over on Patreon. Siri and Katie, thanks so much for joining in. I really hope you love it there. If anyone else is interested in joining, it is £3 a month for the lowest tier, and for that you get like pretty much everything. That is like the bulk of my stuff, where you get bonus content and like live chats and voting polls. This video is actually one of the videos voted for by my patrons this month because they said they really wanted to see it. So you can kind of have your say in what videos you want to see here on my channel. The link is down below in the description if you're interested. Absolutely no pressure if that is not your thing, but it's a bit of fun if it is. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up down below and leave a comment on other houseplanty things you'd like me to talk about in the future. Also, let me know if you enjoyed this video. I've not done a reactions video like this before, so let me know if you enjoyed it and I can maybe do some more in the future. You can also let me know your houseplant horror stories down below in the comments. It's a bit of fun, why not? And subscribe for more. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to keep growing. Bye!